Okay, I pressed the record and I guess we're getting ready. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, and you?
I'm pretty good. Then shall we start?
Sure, whenever you're ready.
Okay. So, dear Anna, I want to let you know that this conversation is recorded and it will be used for the project Divided, which is a documentary work for the secret artistic life of Maria Callas.
Yeah, I know. You already told me all of this, thank you.
Yeah, I know, but I have to ensure the audience that this is not a product of wiretapping. That's why.
I see.
Let's start. So I took your contact through Philippe Colli, who is a close friend of my aunt's husband, George Marquesos. And I'm grateful because actually you donated this to this project, these wonderful paintings by Maria Callas. But would you like to introduce yourself before we go deeper into this?
Yeah, sure. Where shall we start? I mean, it's I have a long career, so.
Okay, but maybe tell us some words about yourself. Like, what is your occupation? Why are you interested in Maria Callas' work, etc.?
So my name is Anne-Charlotte Simon, and I'm the project manager of LOSA, LOSA. It's a shipping company that is based here in Paris. And my grandfather, Charles Simon, he was actually the captain of a cargo and an art enthusiast / collector. And when he died in 2009, for whatever reason, he actually gave me this huge collection. And really, I don't really understand why. It was, so many works, paintings and sculptures. And it's very strange that he gave this collection to me because I really I had no interest in art. I had absolutely no interest in collecting art because it takes lots of space, it's like stuff everywhere and everything, and especially visual art. I mean, my God. But then I realized that art can actually be capitalized on, and so here I am. I'm the project manager and an art collector.
Okay, so you're not really a collector, or you were not really a collector, because I get to know you as a collector.
Yeah. I am a collector, but originally, no, this is being an art collector is a male thing, to be honest. I mean, they kind of got stuck in this oral stage or something, and, this Freudian shit. Also, sorry,
Okay.
Let's not start the interview like that.
Okay.
So sorry, I got a little bit lost in my... but anyway, what I meant is that I realized that art means business, actually, and I started to do business with art. That's as simple as that. But when it comes to Callas, I'm actually a huge fan of opera. So when I heard from Philippe that there might be some paintings by Callas, I got so excited and really interested, and I started digging into that. And I became eventually one of those guys that got stuck in their oral stage,
Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Okay. So it's known that Callas has been an art enthusiast, but not so much that she has been a painter, right? No.
Well, come on, don't exaggerate. She was not really a painter. I would say she was just she had some kind of talent. She was a very talented woman, obviously, and she tried to paint. I would not call her a painter. But anyway, it was especially at the peak of her career. She was obsessed with the idea of Homo universalis, and she wanted to, on the side of all the other things she was already doing, she also wanted to try painting. And actually, what you have in your hands right now is 3 paintings that are from between 1953 and 1960 for the 2 first paintings, and the last one I think is 1970 or 1969, something like this.
But the way that you're talking, that's interesting. But the way that you're talking is like there are more paintings.
Well, I mean, I can't really say. I mean, I'm still on it, and I don't want to go into details right now.
Okay. But why do you think that the story of Callas wanting to become a painter or to paint, or because you said she was not a painter, is so known?
Well,
Hidden, or
I would not say it's a non-story. I mean, I know about it, obviously, and Vaso, her cousin, knew about it. Bruna, her maid, that stole the painting, knew about it. Her sister knew about it. Her boyfriend, this neo-Nazi, knew about it, and so and you know about it.
Yeah.
So it's not that hidden, but yeah. I mean, I guess what you mean that it wasn't such a public thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Understand? Yeah, but she, you see, like I don't know if you're aware, but Callas was suffering from an eye condition, and her vision was terrible actually. So, I think it's called glaucoma or something like this. Yeah, I'm not sure, but anyway, I mean. I mean, in between us, look at the paintings. I mean, they're completely blurry. You can't really recognize the figures. I mean, it's really like, yeah. Oh, sorry. Did you mention also something that you had?
That doesn't really
eye
matter.
condition.
No, let's go. Let's go on.
Yeah, sorry about that, but I mean, yeah.
No.
Anyway, my point was that due to her eye condition, let's call it like this. Well, the paintings were not really reaching that level of perfection that she was probably looking for as a perfectionist, and probably she wasn't that proud of the result. I mean, it's like you see, like these two paintings, they've been scratched and wrinkled, and yeah. And actually, it's funny because when I talked to this Norwegian art historian, what was his name, Stian Grøgaard, something like this. He told me that her paintings have this unique quality. He said, they have this touch of expressionism without her even trying to be an expressionist. It's kind
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I mean, I don't really get what these art historians. I mean, it's like they just talk too much. Anyway.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of true. Okay, I see. But how can you be sure about the originality of the works?
Well, we're never sure of anything in life, as you know, but and especially when it comes to legendary people, icons, etc. It's so much myth and stories around them. But anyway, our graphologist, who's a professional, has confirmed that these paintings are real. Because they actually really match the graphic character of Callas, which is consistent throughout all her work. But for me, what is the most convincing part is not the graphologist's analysis, even though it's, of course, I respect that, is the stories that are behind the images that we can verify with her biography.
It's pretty interesting. And it's great because actually it leads me to the next question that I was going to ask, which is, what's the story behind these images that we have here? Like, what about, for an example, this painting with, I think it's Giovanni Battista Menenghini, and also here we can see like a child in the middle of the painting.
Yeah, actually, I find personally this painting so cute.
It is actually.
This is actually the story comes from this letter that Maria sent to Menenghini in May 1949, and at that time, it was really, Maria was starting to reach really the peak of her career, we can say, and she was touring a lot, especially at that time between Buenos Aires and Rio. And when she was in Rio, she sent a letter to Menenghini that she preferred to call him Tita. And in that letter, she says, "Now, if you want me to return, you have to help me, and I can't live without you. It's time for you to understand that, and I want to have my family with you." So, from that letter, that we can guess that the child in the middle is a future potential child, basically, and that's why the gender of the child is not really specified, we can say. I mean, that's how it's been interpreted, at least, because it's a dream, it's a fantasy, it's she's not even pregnant, or there's nothing concrete, but it's one of her wish. But I mean, to be honest, I mean, in between you and me, I don't think this is really an artistic choice. I think it's really that she could not really paint the details because she was kind of blind,
Oh, gee. Well, I'm not sure though. I mean, I'm also 90% blind, and I can still paint details. Like, I've been taught how.
Sorry, sorry, I didn't get that. Sorry, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, but it's fine. I mean, because but what about the woman? Like, let's take another painting as an example. In the second painting, this, which you told me that it's called Child of the Storm, and I can see that this is Calla somehow, but she's a bit blonde, looks a bit like her sister. Like what do we see here?
Well, I know that what I'm going to say is not going to really benefit my business, but anyway, it's the only painting I actually own, and I still question its originality myself to some extent. I don't trust it because when it comes to this, it comes from this pianist person called Vaso Demeniticis or Demerich or whatever. Yeah, those names. These names. I can't really. The painting was stolen from Calla's maid. You know, the Bruna something. Yeah. It's quite typical, actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you know what happened after Calla's death? I mean, it became a whole fucking business of real and fake objects going around, and no one could really check their authenticity. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But so anyway, this painting is said to be Calla's self-portrait. So, but as far as we know, she never really had blonde hair. I mean, she never dyed her hair blonde or anything like this. And the myths say that it's actually Calla's portraying herself as how her mother wished she had been. So, they say that Litsa, her mother, when she lost her son of meningitis, I don't know the name in English. She tried to have another baby to replace her dead boy, and but then when she gave birth, she was really disappointed because she was expecting a blonde, blue-eyed, sweet little boy, and instead she gave birth to a girl with black hair and black eyes. So you can imagine how disappointed she should have been. Anyway, so they say that Callas knew about this story, and so she tried to reincarnate her mother's wish in a way in the painting. It's quite a tragic, sad story. Yeah.
Indeed. But what about this third painting? Like, who is this man? Like, here we see
well, it's quite a scary painting, I think, and
it is.
And I think it might be this notorious Onassis, or maybe it's Georgos, Maria's father, or maybe some kind of father figure, father male figure in general, or maybe the lover she's never met, the lover she dreamed of, perhaps. But I feel like this painting is very much like a shadow from the past. And to me, most likely it's Aristoteles' Onassis, because it will match some biographical elements. And, the painting was found in Calla's suitcase, which was forgotten in the airplane's bathroom, actually. And when she was flying between Kansas and Colorado, I think it was in the 70s or late 60s. And she was together at that time in that trip with Larry Kelly. I think it was 1970 or 1969.
Like they were together?
Well, we don't really know the nature of their relationship, so I would not really. I don't want to.
It's a bit strange, but
okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's say.
Okay.
Yeah. But what we know is that at that time, Callas had decided that it was finished with Onassis. She was done with him, and she wanted to move on. And I think probably she didn't manage to. Yeah, I mean. She forgot her suitcase with that painting inside.
Okay. But what sounds kind of strange in that story is like, why was she moving around with the painting in a suitcase?
Yeah, that's quite a good question. I mean, it's she lived a really intense life, and she was she was using, I think, painting as a way to deal with her outburst of feelings and emotions and so on. And most probably she did that portrait of him, and she wanted to post it to him at some point, and then actually she never did.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, pretty interesting. So, last question. Why do you think that Callas was hiding her paintings from people? I mean, there are some witnesses. We know that some people have seen those paintings, and now we have them here. But before that, she was almost hiding them. Like, there's not so many, texts written about that.
No, exactly. I mean, I see what you mean. I mean, in a way, it's like, people in her entourage, in her close, people that she really trusted, saw those paintings, as we know, and they were very personal to her, right? Because she was traveling with them, she used them as a way to express her feelings and so on. And she had this, at the same time, she had this very strong personality. She was an iconic figure all over the world, and she was a perfectionist, and I don't think she wanted to reveal her failure in art in a way. Like you have at this one hand is like some of the most exceptional opera figure of our time, and on the other hand you have these blurry images. It doesn't match. And from what we know from the things she was interested in, she really loved la Renaissance, the Baroque period, and so on, which are moments in art which are characterized by a lot of details and a lot of perfection around the body, anatomy, and so on. And I think because she never managed to reach that level that she wanted, she considered them as a failure, and she was ashamed. So, and actually, her husband Tita, he said in one of his interviews. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, she was calling him.
She called. I tend to identify with Callas, so I call him Tita.
Okay.
And he said, so Callas has been thought as a very talented figure in everything she was occupied with, but she wasn't really good at actually everything,
Okay.
I mean, that's very typical men, they backstab you as soon as they can. But anyway, on the other hand, I have a lot of art historian friends, obviously, and they really admire those paintings. They think they're fantastic, but I don't know if it's because they admire Callas herself, or if there is a confusion between the figure and her work, but and that they are blind by her legend in a way. But anyway, who knows?